Welcome to an extraordinary video that will forever and fundamentally change your life. Today we dive deep into the most fascinating and revolutionary secrets of millionaire thinking, based on the groundbreaking and timeless teachings of Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest, most influential and respected success experts of all time. Napoleon Hill spent over 20 valuable years of his extraordinary life systematically and scientifically studying and analyzing the richest, most successful, and most powerful people of his era. He conducted personal, profound, and insightful conversations with over 500 self-made millionaires and meticulously examined their unique ways of thinking, their proven daily habits, and their tested success strategies. In doing so, he discovered an absolutely fascinating, recurring and clear pattern, a very special, unique way of thinking that all exceptionally successful people have in common without exception. This revolutionary mindset fundamentally and unmistakably distinguishes true millionaires from average, satisfied people and is the true, often hidden key to extraordinary, lasting, and self-multiplying wealth. What Napoleon Hill discovered was revolutionary, groundbreaking, and forever changed the way we think about success. He recognized the fundamental truth that true wealth does not arise through pure chance, luck, or inheritance, but through a very specific mental attitude, certain thinking habits, and conscious decisions. He generously shared these life-changing insights with all humanity in his world-famous million-selling work, and thereby demonstrably changed millions of lives for the better. Hill's research was not superficial or theoretical, but was based on real, practical experiences of the most successful people of his time. He spoke with industrial magnates, successful entrepreneurs, brilliant inventors, and visionary business people. What he discovered were universal principles that are timeless and applicable in every era. The first principle, crystal clear goals. The first and perhaps most important fundamental difference lies in the absolute clarity, precision, and specificity of their great goals. True millionaires never think in vague, indefinite wishes, fuzzy hopes, or superficial ideas. They have crystal clear, exactly measurable, absolutely specific and time-bound goals with detailed plans and concrete milestones. While the vast majority of average people say, "I want to be rich someday," or "I would like more money," or "It would be nice if I were successful," or "I hope for a better future," a true successful millionaire says, "I will own exactly €1,200,000 net by December 30th, 2025, through the systematic, strategic building of my own innovative company in the emerging technology industry, generating at least €50,000 in revenue and €20,000 in profit monthly by working productively on my business 8 hours daily." This extraordinary precision, attention to detail and specificity is absolutely no coincidence, no side matter or random characteristic. It is the first crucial and indispensable step toward successful manifestation of true, lasting, and self-multiplying wealth. Your subconscious mind, this incredibly powerful, mysterious, and often underestimated force within you, can only work truly effectively with clear, precise, unambiguous, and detailed instructions. It functions exactly like a highly developed, powerful computer that requires exact, detailed, and error-free programming to deliver optimal, impressive results. Vague, unclear, fuzzy goals inevitably and lawfully lead to vague, disappointing, and frustrating results, while clear, specific, measurable goals automatically lead to clear, impressive, and satisfying results. The power of clarity cannot be overestimated. It acts like a magnet that attracts all necessary resources, people, and opportunities required for goal achievement. Millionaires understand this principle intuitively and apply it consistently. The second principle, burning desire. The second fundamental, unshakable, and absolutely crucial principle is a burning, all-consuming, obsessive, and irresistible desire. True millionaires don't just have ordinary, everyday, or superficial goals. They have a passionate, intense, profound, and all-pervasive longing for their great, ambitious goals. This extraordinary desire is so incredibly intense, powerful, and overwhelming that it effortlessly overcomes all doubts, all paralyzing fears, all negative thoughts, and all seemingly insurmountable obstacles. It drives them relentlessly, tirelessly, and with inexhaustible energy even when other people would have given up long ago, settled for mediocrity, or capitulated to the challenges. Napoleon Hill describes this burning, all-pervasive and transforming desire as the fundamental, indispensable raw material of all great achievements, extraordinary successes, and impressive accomplishments in all human history. Without this intense, profound, passionate longing, even the greatest, most ambitious, and most visionary goal remains just a beautiful but completely ineffective dream. With this powerful, irresistible, and transforming longing, however, a mere superficial dream becomes a concrete, well-thought-out and realizable plan, and from a well-thought-out, detailed plan eventually becomes tangible, measurable, and impressive. Reality. This burning desire is not just a fleeting, superficial feeling or temporary emotion, but a deep, constant, unchanging force that must be ignited, nourished, and strengthened anew every day. Successful millionaires nourish this vital desire daily through intensive visualization, powerful affirmations, inspiring books, and the constant, conscious reminder of their great, meaningful goals. The third principle, unwavering faith. The third crucial, indispensable, and absolutely fundamental factor is unwavering, indestructible, and unconditional faith in one's own inevitable, impending success. True millionaires never seriously, persistently, or destructively doubt their impending, deserved success. They know with absolute, unshakable, deep certainty that they will be successful, regardless of what temporary obstacles, setbacks, or challenges may stand in their way. This deep-rooted faith is not blind, naive, unrealistic, or based on wishful thinking, but is based on sound self-knowledge, proven strategies, tested methods, and the unconditional, uncompromising willingness to do absolutely everything necessary, required, and sensible. Faith is much more than mere hope, superficial optimism, positive attitude, or wishful thinking. True faith is the unshakable, deeply rooted, fundamental certainty that what is ardently desired is already on its direct, inevitable way, that it already exists completely in invisible, spiritual reality and has just not yet become visible and tangible in the physical, material world. This powerful, transforming mental attitude shapes, determines, and controls their daily decisions, their strategic actions, and their entire way of life. They act, speak, think, feel, and live like people who have already completely achieved the desired, extraordinary success. This faith manifests in their posture, their language, their decisions, and their way of interacting with other people. They radiate a natural authority and self-confidence that automatically attracts and commands respect from others. The fourth principle, auto-suggestion. The fourth important, practical, and highly effective building block is the conscious, systematic, and disciplined application of auto-suggestion. Successful millionaires reprogram their powerful, receptive subconscious mind daily, consistently, and without exception. They repeat their most important, significant goals several times daily, with strong emotion, deep conviction, and unshakable faith. Visualize intensively, detailed, and vividly their impending, deserved success, and speak continuously, consciously, and strategically with themselves like already successful, self-confident, wealthy winners. They understand, use, and master the fundamental universal law that concentrated thoughts combined with strong, positive emotions become concrete, measurable things, results, and realities. This daily, disciplined, systematic mental reprogramming is absolutely crucial, indispensable, and fundamental for lasting, sustainable success. Our receptive, influenceable mind is constantly exposed to countless negative, destructive, paralyzing influences from the media, pessimistic society, our negative environment, and our own limiting past. Without conscious, disciplined, systematic, and uncompromising control, negative thoughts, paralyzing doubts, irrational fears, limiting beliefs, and destructive thought patterns automatically take complete, harmful control over our valuable, precious life. Successful millionaires never allow this, fight against it daily, and protect their valuable mind like a priceless, precious treasure. The fifth principle, specialized knowledge. The fifth important investment-worthy and profitable point is the continuous, strategic, and targeted acquisition of specialized, applicable, and valuable knowledge. Rich people constantly, systematically, generously and intelligently invest in their personal education, continuous development, and professional improvement. They understand the important, often overlooked and underestimated principle that knowledge is only true, practical, and profitable power when it is intelligently, strategically, consistently, and profitably applied. They don't randomly collect arbitrary information, superficial knowledge, or irrelevant details, but specifically, strategically, and systematically acquire exactly the specific, valuable, and applicable knowledge that directly, measurably, and profitably helps them successfully achieve their specific, great and meaningful goals. This valuable, practical, and profitable knowledge they skillfully, creatively, and strategically combine with the sixth important, often underestimated, principle: developed, trained, creative imagination. Millionaires see opportunities, chances, potentials, and possibilities everywhere, in every situation and under all circumstances, where other people only see unsolvable problems, insurmountable obstacles, frustrating difficulties, and hopeless situations. They use their developed, trained, disciplined creativity intensively, systematically, and profitably to find innovative, profitable solutions, create completely new, profitable paths, and discover revolutionary business opportunities. This extraordinary imagination is not just dreamy fantasy, superficial creativity, or useless speculation, but a practical, trainable, and extremely valuable ability that can be constantly improved, refined, and strengthened through continuous practice, conscious application, and systematic training. Millionaires use this powerful ability daily to solve complex problems, recognize new lucrative business opportunities, develop innovative, profitable strategies, and discover revolutionary market gaps. The seventh principle: organized planning. Seventh indispensable, fundamental, and success-determining principle is organized, systematic, detailed, and professional planning. Rich people plan their successes meticulously, methodically, scientifically, and with the greatest care and precision. They don't just set great, ambitious, and visionary goals, but also develop precise, well-thought-out, realistic, and implementable plans for successful, timely, and efficient goal achievement. They plan strategically, detailed and systematically their productive days, their successful weeks, their profitable months, their triumphant years, and even their long-term future. This professional, well-thought-out and scientific planning also includes the important, often overlooked and crucial willingness to intelligently, timely, and strategically adapt, improve, or change existing plans when they don't bring the desired, expected, or optimal results, or when circumstances, markets, or conditions fundamentally change. Successful millionaires are absolutely flexible, adaptable, pragmatic, and capable of learning in their methods, strategies, and tactics, but completely inflexible, uncompromising, persistent, and unyielding in their great, important, and meaningful goals. The eighth principle: quick decision-making. The eighth important, crucial, and characteristic element is extraordinary, quick, and self-confident decision-making ability. Successful people make important, far-reaching, and consequential decisions, quickly, purposefully, and confidently, and change them only slowly after mature, thorough, and objective consideration. They understand instinctively, from experience and through observation, that chronic indecisiveness, endless hesitation, permanent postponement, and paralyzing decision anxiety are the greatest, most dangerous, and most destructive enemies of progress, success, and prosperity. They systematically, thoroughly, and efficiently gather the necessary, relevant, and available information and then decide quickly, resolutely, confidently, and without unnecessary delay. The ninth principle: persistence. The ninth crucial, admirable, and characteristic factor is iron, unshakable, and heroic perseverance. Millionaires never give up, never give in, and never give up small, no matter how difficult, discouraging, frustrating, or hopeless the current circumstances, challenges, or setbacks may become. They understand the important, often painful but inevitable, life principle that setbacks, bitter disappointments, temporary defeats, and seemingly insurmountable obstacles are a natural, inevitable, necessary, and even valuable part of the path to success. the learning process, and character development. When other people give up frustrated, disappointed, or hopeless at the first serious difficulties, unexpected setbacks, or discouraging obstacles, they continue with doubled energy, increased motivation, strengthened determination, and deepened commitment. The 10th principle, mastermind groups. The 10th powerful, often underestimated, and highly effective principle is the conscious, strategic, and systematic use of the enormous, often underestimated power of the mastermind group. Rich people systematically, consciously, selectively, and strategically surround themselves with other successful, positive, ambitious, and inspiring people. They understand the important, often overlooked and powerful law that two or more harmoniously, purposefully cooperating minds can achieve exponentially and dramatically more than the mere mathematical sum of their individual performances, abilities, and resources. They actively, specifically, and strategically seek experienced mentors, strong partners, competent advisors, and successful role models who support, advise, inspire, and encourage them in successfully achieving their great, ambitious, and meaningful goals. The 11th principle, financial intelligence. An 11th important, often neglected, and crucial aspect is the continuous, systematic development of comprehensive, practical financial intelligence. Millionaires understand money, investments, markets, economics, and the fundamental, timeless laws of wealth on a deep, practical, and applicable level. They regularly, systematically read books about finance, investments, and wealth building, attend expensive, high-quality seminars, and learn continuously, humbly from other successful, experienced, and proven investors, entrepreneurs, and financial experts. They understand the critical, often overlooked difference between valuable, income-generating assets and expensive, money-devouring liabilities, and systematically, disciplined, strategically, and patiently build real, lasting, and self-multiplying wealth. The 12th principle, risk-taking. The 12th courageous characteristic factor is the conscious, calculated willingness to take well-thought-out, analyzed risks. While average, anxious people put security, comfort, predictability, and stability above everything else and shy away from changes, wise, courageous millionaires understand intuitively and from experience that true, meaningful, sustainable growth only takes place and is possible outside the familiar, comfortable, safe comfort zone. They analyze potential risks carefully, thoroughly, objectively, and scientifically, but they never allow themselves to be completely paralyzed, controlled, or diverted from their important, meaningful goals by paralyzing, irrational fear, pessimistic worries, destructive doubts, or negative thoughts. The 13th principle, leadership. The 13th important characteristic principle is the conscious, systematic development of natural, authentic, and inspiring leadership qualities. Rich people willingly, confidently take responsibility, make difficult, unpopular decisions, and lead other people competently, respectfully for their own benefit, advantage, and success. They understand the important, often misunderstood insight that true, lasting, and respected power does not lie in dominant, manipulative control over other people, but in the valuable, rare ability to inspire, motivate, enable, and encourage others for their own benefit, personal growth, professional success, and individual fulfillment. The 14th principle, gratitude and positivity. The 14th important, often underestimated principle is the conscious cultivation of sincere gratitude and a constantly positive, optimistic, basic attitude. Millionaires practice daily, systematically, conscious, deep gratitude for what they already have achieved, and are allowed to experience, and concentrate mentally, emotionally, consciously on possibilities, opportunities, and potentials instead of problems, obstacles, and difficulties. This positive, constructive, basic attitude magnetically attracts further positive experiences, successful people, and profitable opportunities into their life, career, and future. The 15th principle, continuous self-improvement. The 15th important and concluding principle is the tireless willingness for continuous, lifelong self-improvement and personal development. Successful people invest daily, systematically time, energy, and resources in their personal development, work consciously, disciplined on their weaknesses and deficits, and continuously strategically build their existing strengths, talents, and abilities. They understand the fundamental, often overlooked truth that they themselves, their personality, their abilities, and their attitude are their most important, most valuable, and most profitable capital. The 16th principle: time mastery. 16th principle is the mastery of time. Millionaires understand that time is their most valuable, non-renewable asset. They plan each day strategically, eliminate time waste, and concentrate on activities with high value and maximum impact. The 17th principle: networking. The 17th principle is the art of networking and relationship building. Successful people consciously invest in relationships, help others generously, and build a strong, supportive network that stands by them in critical moments. The 18th principle: emotional intelligence. The 18th and final principle is the development of emotional intelligence and self-control. Millionaires master their emotions, make decisions based on logic and long-term goals, and are not guided by short-term impulses or negative emotions. Conclusion: the millionaire mindset. In summary, millionaires think fundamentally, systematically, strategically, and revolutionarily different from average, satisfied, and easily contented people. They have crystal clear, specific goals with exact deadlines and detailed plans, burning, irresistible, and all-consuming desire, unshakable, deep, and unconditional faith, and the iron, relentless, and uncompromising discipline to work daily, consistently, systematically, and without exception on their great, meaningful success. They invest continuously, generously, and intelligently in valuable, applicable knowledge, use their creative imagination maximally, strategically, and profitably, plan carefully, systematically, and professionally, make quick, well-thought-out, and confident decisions, never give up prematurely and strategically, consciously surround themselves with the right, successful, and inspiring people. These powerful, proven, and timeless principles are not secret, hidden, complicated, or reserved only for a privileged elite. They are absolutely available to every ambitious, willing-to-learn person and can be learned, mastered, and applied by anyone. The crucial, life-changing, and life-determining difference lies solely and exclusively in consistent, disciplined, systematic, and uncompromising application. Millionaires apply these proven, timeless, and universal principles daily, systematically, disciplined, and without any exception, while other people may know them, study them, admire them, or theoretically understand them, but tragically do not. Apply them consistently, systematically, and long-term. The path to wealth always begins in the mind, with the right attitude and correct thinking habits. Success is not an accident, but the natural result of applying proven principles and laws. Today is the first day of your completely new, exciting, and successful life. Start today, in this hour, in this moment, to think like a successful, self-confident millionaire, and you will automatically, inevitably, and lawfully act, decide, and live like a millionaire. And if you consistently, daily, systematically, and without exception act, think, and live like a millionaire, you will inevitably, lawfully, and deservedly achieve the extraordinary, impressive, and well-deserved results of a true, successful millionaire. Your extraordinary, deserved success begins in this magical, transforming moment. Your new, rich, and fulfilled life begins right now, in this instant. The future belongs to you, is waiting for you, and is ready to be conquered by you. Take the first step and begin your journey to success today.